This is Kim. Kim is on a deadline. She needs to send one of her customers a proposal her team has been working on. But she can't remember exactly where the final version is. Because M-Files organizes information based on what something is instead of where it's stored, Kim can quickly search for the proposal using keywords. She can even include the customer's name. M-Files search results are automatically sorted by how relevant they are, so she can easily locate and send the proposal in an email. Then, when John replies that all he needs to finalize the deal is some documentation showing how Kim's solution will drive growth, she can perform a quick search that looks at the content inside documents and even shows when the words she searched for are in different forms. This way, Kim can spend less of her time searching for things and more time helping her customers. Find exactly what you need in an instant. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Adding documents that are already on your computer to the M-Files vault is easy. Just right-click on the file and choose Add to M-Files, or simply drag and drop documents into the vault. The M-Files toolbar in Microsoft Office enables you to quickly save your document to the M-Files vault. In any other Windows application, like Adobe Acrobat, QuickBooks, or AutoCAD, just save the same way you always have. Then enter some basic information about what the document is, like whether it's a sales invoice or marketing material. Add a quick description summarizing the file, and click Create. Need to save emails from Microsoft Outlook? That's easy too. Eliminate technology headaches and free up time to focus on the important things. That's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Editing shared documents can be a hassle. When multiple people are making changes, it's difficult to keep track of everything and know which version of the document is up to date. In M-Files, collaborating on a document is simple and painless. Just check out the document, which protects it from any changes while you're working on it. Make your edits, and check it back in when you're done. Viewing the history of changes made to a document is easy too. You can view any previous version of the document and roll back to it if any unwanted changes were saved, or highlight the differences between two different versions. You can even follow the document to get an email notification whenever any changes are made. Multiple people, editing one document with zero headaches. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Seventy 70% of electronic files and documents get copied or recreated. That's a really inefficient use of time. It can also cause compliance and legal issues because every contract, agreement, or legal document looks different. M-Files, it's easy to create smart templates for consistent, commonly used documents, like non-disclosure agreements. Just open an existing non-disclosure agreement, set up dynamic fields that automatically fill in details, like customer and address. Protect the document to make sure there aren't any accidental changes made. Save it as a non-disclosure agreement and make it a template. To create a new non-disclosure agreement, just double-click the template. Only a few pieces of information are added, and the agreement is ready to be signed. Because there's no reason to recreate documents when M-Files templates can do the hard work for you. It's quick, automated, and secure. And it's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Email is the most popular form of communication. It's a great way to keep in touch and share ideas. But it's not a good way to collaborate on documents. On average, a document gets copied 19 times during its life cycle. That's because it's so difficult to keep track of changes and updates to email attachments. Getting feedback on a document draft from colleagues through email leads to a confusing thread of replies and attachments. And merging and organizing those changes is a huge challenge, since all of the responses are in different emails or other versions of the document. In M-Files, there's only one version of every document, and it's always up to date. Sharing that document is as easy as a right click. Everyone can view the document, recommend changes, and save everything without any duplication or headache. Ensure simplicity with one document that's always up to date and shared with anyone, anywhere. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. This is Andy. Andy works for a company that makes hearing aids. He's trying to figure out where to store a new proposal he created. The most common way to organize documents is by saving to folders. But how is Andy supposed to know where to save his proposal so that anyone can access it later? By customer? The specific project? Or maybe in the general sales folder? Using the standard method, it's difficult to organize your documents so they're easily accessible to anyone. M-Files organizes information by what it is instead of where it's stored. So Andy simply saves the document to the M-Files vault, enters a few pieces of information about what it is, like the fact that it's a proposal, the customer, and any other important information. Once it's saved, that one, always up-to-date document can automatically be organized with dynamic views. Andy can view the content by customer, project, and more. It's also easy for Andy to create dynamic views on the fly. Creating a view that shows proposals organized by date only requires entering the document class proposals, which will be grouped by year and month into instantly accessible virtual folders. You can add columns to show any important information, and sort the results with a single click. Because dynamic views can be organized in very different ways, Andy can set one up that shows all of his active proposals, while Andy's manager John can view active proposals by all of his sales reps. And a project manager can view any documents related to this project. That way, everyone involved can find and access the documents in the way that's most natural for them. Because finding something based on what it is much easier than trying to remember where someone saved it. It's simple and dynamic, and it's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. M-Files mobile access puts the information important to your business right at your fingertips, no matter where you are. View documents on the go, like that purchase invoice that just came in. Check it out, make sure everything is correct, and approve it. Then Greg in accounting gets emailed automatically. He can pull the invoice up on his laptop and send the payment. It's seamless, mobile, and available for download now. And it's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Andy works for a company that makes hearing aids. He just thought of a way to make the company's production much more efficient. With M-Files, Andy is able to quickly create a new procedure that can be implemented immediately. Using the standard operating procedure template in M-Files, Andy enters a few pieces of information, like the fact that it relates to the production line, and that it needs to be approved by his boss, John. After updating the information in the template document, he just saves it. John automatically gets an email about Andy's new request. He pulls it up in the M-Files iPad app, views the document, and approves it with an FDA-compliant e-signature. Andy sees that John signed off on his idea, and the entire history of this moment is securely documented. Ensure quality and stay compliant, even while you're on the go. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. It's important to keep your content safe while making sure that everyone in your company has access to the files and information they need. A lot of times that means controlling access to a folder. But what if the documents inside that folder need to have different permissions? Or what if some documents need to reside in multiple folders at the same time? M-Files provides unlimited control over any type of content while keeping things simple. That's because permissions can be assigned based on what something is instead of where it's stored. Andy just hired John to work for his company. After John signs his employment agreement, Andy saves it to M-Files. John is tagged as the employee, because permissions are automatically set based on John's role in the company, Tina and Kim in HR have full access to all employment agreements, Andy can view all of his subordinates' agreements, and John can view his agreement at any time. Spend less time managing complex IT policies because permissions are set automatically and dynamically, even if there are changes to organizational structure. Like when Andy gets transferred to run another division, Sam is promoted to manager, and Chris joins the HR team. Everyone's access permissions are updated automatically based on their current role, giving control back to the responsible business manager while freeing up IT resources. Stay secure, manage access, and keep it simple. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Andy, John, and Kim work for a software company. They're working on a big RFP that's due tomorrow, and there are still a few items that haven't been completed. Andy has some questions about the company's IT and password policies. John needs to finalize his description of the software solution, and Kim needs to complete the deliverables section before it can be sent. M-Files enables teams and workgroups to edit files seamlessly and simultaneously. Andy just checks the document out for co-authoring, and emails the link to John and Kim. John makes his edits, Kim can edit the document directly from her iPad. And John can forward the link to the legal team so they can look everything over. Multiple people can make changes to the document simultaneously, and it's easy to see who is editing and what they're doing. Once all of the edits are finalized, Andy checks the document back in and sends it to the customer with plenty of time to spare. Stop waiting and start doing. Simplified, real-time document collaboration. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Accessing important documents and information no matter where you are is vital. But what if Wi-Fi isn't available? Or you can't connect to your VPN? One approach is to manually copy the files you need to your desktop. But remembering to move the documents you've updated back to the company drive is a challenge. Another approach is to synchronize certain network folders for offline access, but that's a slow and error-prone process. And if the document you need wasn't saved to a certain folder, you're out of luck. M-Files knows exactly which content you need on the go based on what it is instead of where it's saved. So if you need access to a specific customer's files, just mark them for offline availability, and every current or future document related to that customer is automatically available offline. Do the same thing for projects or any document you've accessed in the last 30 days. Specific files can also be marked for offline availability manually. Need to save a new document to M-Files while you're offline? No problem. Just save it as you normally would. And all of the content, metadata, and even access permissions are automatically synchronized as soon as you're back online. And just in case someone else made changes to a document you updated offline, you're notified of the conflict and can resolve it immediately. Because being offline doesn't have to mean being disconnected. Offline availability. It's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. The average person sends and receives 105 emails every single day. A lot of those emails have attachments, like proposals, orders, contracts, and other important documents. Documents that need to be accessible to you, your coworkers, and your customers. So keeping those important documents inside Outlook doesn't do anyone any good. Neither does saving it to your computer. And determining which folder to save them to on a cluttered shared server is difficult. M-Files integrates seamlessly with Microsoft Outlook. Saving emails and attachments to the vault is as simple as dragging and dropping. Intelligent M-Files Outlook folders categorize the document based on what it is, so that order you just received is automatically identified, categorized, and saved, without having to enter a single thing. It's M-Files and Outlook doing great things together, and it's just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files. Andy works in the legal department at his company. He's in charge of reviewing all delivery agreements before they're accepted and signed. Manually monitoring that process to make sure everything gets done is tedious and time-consuming. In M-Files, workflows are set up for common tasks like approving those agreements. John in sales saves a delivery agreement to M-Files. It automatically corresponds to the contract approval workflow, which starts out as a draft that John completes. As soon as he's done with the draft, he changes the state to waiting for approval. Andy receives an email letting him know there's a new delivery agreement that needs his attention. He approves it, and a PDF version of the final document is automatically created and saved to M-Files. Spend less time monitoring contracts and more time doing the things that will grow your business. M-Files automated workflows. They're just one of the ways you can experience the magic of M-Files.